He's created that.
Squared off at Super Bowl 19.
Beat down immediately.
Have you ever wondered about the history of the Super Bowl? When it comes to American culture, nothing quite encapsulates the nation's love for sports, spectacle, and snacks like the Super Bowl. From its humble beginnings to its current status as an unofficial national holiday, the Super Bowl is more than just a championship game. It's a cultural phenomenon that unites families, friends, and fans of over-the-top commercials. So grab your nachos, settle into your recliner, and let's dive into the hilarious, fascinating, and often bizarre history of the Super Bowl. I'm Keith, and this is History Wonder. The year was 1967. Lyndon B. Johnson was president. The Beatles were dominating the airwaves, and the NFL and AFL were locked in a heated rivalry that made sibling feuds look like love fests. To settle the debate over which league reigned supreme, the two decided to face off in what was officially called the AFL-NFL World Championship game. I mean, catchy, right? It's no wonder the media and fans quickly dubbed it the Super Bowl, a name reportedly inspired by the Super Ball toy that Lamar Hunt, owner of the Kansas City Chiefs, saw his kids playing with. Let's all take a moment to appreciate how close we came to calling it the big game with a bouncy ball. The first Super Bowl, held on January 15, 1967 at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, was anything but the grand spectacle we know today. The Green Bay Packers defeated the Kansas City Chiefs 35-10, but the real MVPs might have been the 33,000 empty seats. Yep, the event didn't even sell out. Tickets cost $12, which, adjusted for inflation, still wouldn't cover a single hot dog for today's game. By Super Bowl III, the game had started to catch on, thanks in no small part to a brash young quarterback named Joe Namath. Broadway Joe famously guaranteed his underdog New York Jets would defeat the heavily favored Baltimore Colts, and he delivered, securing a 16-7 victory. Namath's swagger and the upset win catapulted the Super Bowl into the national spotlight. Suddenly, it wasn't a game, it was must-see TV. In 1970, the NFL and AFL officially merged, cementing the Super Bowl as the championship game for the newly unified league. Over the next decade, the event grew in popularity, bolstered by thrilling games, larger-than-life players, and the advent of color TV. By the late 70s, the Super Bowl had evolved into a full-blown spectacle, complete with elaborate halftime shows and a growing lineup of iconic commercials. And speaking of halftime shows, the early years were, let's call them, quaint. Marching bands, drill teams, and even a couple of jetpack demonstrations filled the mid-game slot. But as the Super Bowl's cultural clout grew, so did the halftime show. In 1993, Michael Jackson moonwalked onto the stage and changed the game forever. His electrifying performance drew a global audience and proved that halftime could be just as exciting as the football game itself. Since then, the halftime show has become a cultural event in its own right, featuring megastars like Prince, Beyonce, and Lady Gaga. And let's not forget the occasional controversies. We're looking at you, Miss Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake. Whether you're a die-hard football fan or someone who couldn't tell a touchdown from a home run, chances are you've tuned in for at least one halftime performance of the Super Bowl.
Welcome back to Super Bowl 57 so far, Greg. The game going like you expected?
For many, the real highlight of the Super Bowl isn't the game or the halftime show. It's the commercials. With millions of viewers glued to their screens, advertisers have turned Super Bowl Sunday into the ultimate battleground for brand supremacy. From Coca-Cola's heartwarming Mean Joe Green ad in 1979 to the absurd hilarity of Budweiser's "What's Up" campaign, Super Bowl commercials have become as iconic as the game itself. And let's not forget the price tag. In 1967, a 30-second spot cost $37,500. Fast forward to today, and advertisers are shelling out upwards of $7 million for the same airtime. That's a lot of guacamole. No discussion of the Super Bowl would be complete without mentioning the food. Super Bowl Sunday is second only to Thanksgiving in terms of calorie consumption in the United States. Chicken wings, nachos, pizza, and an array of dips dominate the menu, turning living rooms into mini buffets. Fun fact, Americans consume over 1.4 billion chicken wings on Super Bowl Sunday. To put that in perspective, if you lined up all those wings, they'd stretch from Lambeau Field to the moon. Okay, maybe not quite, but it's an impressive and delicious feat. Over the years, the Super Bowl has given us countless unforgettable moments. Who could forget David Tyree's helmet catch in Super Bowl 42, which helped the New York Giants upset the undefeated New England Patriots, or the dynamic 28-3 comeback by the Patriots in Super Bowl 51, a game that will live in infamy for Atlanta Falcons fans. Of course, not every moment is a highlight. There have been blowouts, bizarre plays, and even a power outage. Looking at you, Super Bowl 47. But whether thrilling or cringeworthy, the Super Bowl always manages to keep us talking. The Super Bowl isn't just a halftime game. It's a cultural touchstone. It's a day when fans and non-fans alike come together to celebrate. And whether that means hosting watch parties, participating in office pools, or simply enjoying the excuse to eat an unreasonable amount of queso. Beyond the festivities, the Super Bowl has also been a platform for social and political statements. From players taking a knee during the national anthem to commercials addressing issues like gender equality and environmental sustainability, the event often reflects broader societal conversations. Super Bowl Sunday has also bred its fair share of superstitions and quirky traditions. Fans wear lucky jerseys, perform bizarre pre-game rituals, and some even refuse to move from their lucky spot on the couch. Entire towns have been known to stockpile snacks days in advance, while others treat the Monday after as an unofficial holiday, a move some argue should be made official. There's even a term for the dip in productivity on the Monday after the game. It's called Super Sick Monday effect. While American football has long been seen as a uniquely American pastime, the Super Bowl's reach has expanded globally. Broadcast in over 180 countries, the event attracts viewers from across the globe, many of whom have little context for the rules but love the spectacle nonetheless. The game has even inspired international fan groups and watch parties, proving that the Super Bowl's appeal transcends borders. As the Super Bowl continues to evolve, one thing remains certain: its ability to bring people together. Whether you're a die-hard fan, a casual observer, or just here for the snacks, the Super Bowl offers something for everyone. And with advancements in technology from virtual reality to interactive viewing experiences, the future promises to be even more immersive. Imagine tuning into the game with VR goggles, feeling as though you're sitting on the 50-yard line. Or consider the possibilities of augmented reality halftime shows, where performances spill out into your living room. I mean, the sky's the limit, or maybe not, but considering there's always a chance Elon Musk will find a way to beam the Super Bowl to Mars. Anyway, so as we gear up for another year of gridiron glory, let's take a moment to appreciate the Super Bowl for what it truly is: a celebration of sport, spectacle, and the enduring power of coming together, even if it's just to argue over who gets the last chicken wing. Thanks for watching. What topics in history have you wondered about? Comment below and let us know what videos you would like to see. And be sure to like and subscribe.